Hi, welcome back to this lesson. Today, we are diving into a powerful skill which you can use to start or grow your freelance income, even if you are not techy or experienced with automations yet. Let's talk about AI automation setup and why it's such a valuable, in-demand offer right now. The truth is, most solo business owners, coaches, or small teams, they are completely overwhelmed with repetitive admin tasks. They are sending the same emails every day, manually copying form responses, forgetting to follow up with the leads, and logging information in a spreadsheet by hand. They know it's a waste of time, but they don't know how to fix it. That's where you come in. With just a few beginner-friendly tools like ChatGPT, Zapier, and Make.com, you can step in and automate those little tasks that eat up hours of their time. You are not offering fancy software, you are offering time back, less stress, and systems that actually work. And most clients will happily pay 500 to 1000 USD for that. The best part is that you don't need to code anything. You don't need to build complex systems. You just need to understand what they are doing manually and turn it into a clean, repeatable workflow they can use or hand off to the team. This is one of the fastest ways to build income with AI tools. So let's talk about how this actually turns into income. Right now, freelancers are getting paid hundreds and sometimes thousands to set up very simple automations that take just 1 or 2 hours to build. These are not complex systems. They are the things like a client fills out an intake form, then they get a personalized confirmation email. Then their information is automatically added to a CRM system or Airtable database, and the business owner gets notified in Slack or email, or a new lead books a call on Calendly. The system sends onboarding information, tracks the booking, and reminds the client to follow up 3 days later. Or someone sends a DM on social media with a specific keyword. Then the system automatically responds with a saved message and logs the lead in a CRM system. Each one of these is a time-saving system that replaces hours of manual work. And that's why clients are willing to pay 500 to 1000 USD and more for this setup. And because you are using tools like Zapier and Make.com and ChatGPT, you don't need to do the heavy lifting from scratch. You are customizing proven workflows and delivering them in a way that's easy for clients to use. You can even bundle 2 or 3 of these automations into a package. You can offer monthly support or audits, or turn it into a recurring retainer. This isn't just a task, it's a service. And when you position it the right way, it becomes one of the fastest and most scalable freelance services you can offer. Now, let's break down what actually makes the automation client ready. Because it's not just about making the tech work. You are not here to build overly complex systems or flex your Zapier skills. You are here to deliver something that saves time, reduces stress, and fits seamlessly into how your client already works. A client-ready automation has 3 things. First, it solves a real problem. It replaces something the client is doing manually, like sending confirmation emails, logging leads in a spreadsheet, or following up with no-shows. It doesn't have to be flashy. It just has to save time and mental energy. Second, it's simple, reliable, and documented. That means you are using beginner-friendly tools like Zapier, Make.com, Gmail, Notion, or Google Sheets. The client doesn't want to know how it works, but they do want to feel confident it does work. So you give them a basic explanation or a short SOP they can refer back to. And third, it's positioned as a system, not just a tech setup. When you frame what you've built as a lead follow-up system or an onboarding workflow, you elevate the value. You are not just pressing buttons. You are delivering organization, clarity, and results. That's what clients are actually paying for. You might be thinking, but I'm not a tech person. And I know AI automation can feel overwhelming and intimidating at first, especially if you've never used tools like Zapier or Make.com before. But here's the truth. You don't need to be a tech expert to succeed with this skill. Clients are not looking for someone who knows every advanced feature. They are looking for someone who can help them stop doing the same repetitive tasks over and over. They want someone who can turn a messy process into a simple workflow that just works. So, your job isn't to code or overbuild, it's to translate what the client wants into a few clean steps using tools that are already available. And ChatGPT makes that even easier. You can use it to outline the logic of a workflow, recommend which tool to use, explain what each step does, or even generate clear handoff instructions or SOPs. So, focus on results, not rules. Because what makes you valuable is your ability to think clearly, communicate well, and organize messy ideas into something simple and repeatable. And that's it. So, we will approach automation as a problem solver instead of a tech expert. You make yourself way more valuable and way more approachable to the kinds of clients who will happily pay for this service. At this point, you might be wondering, I get it now, but how to actually build the automation? The good news is, you don't have to figure that all out from scratch. I've already recorded step-by-step tutorials before I created this course, which walk you through some of the most requested automation workflows. So, instead of walking through every setup from scratch again in this video, I've included the full step-by-step tutorials right here inside the course. In this module, you will find the detailed tutorials for how to set up your first automation workflow, how to automate lead management, including how to collect, organize, and follow up with the new leads, how to automate follow-up reminders so no potential client slips through the cracks, how to automate appointment scheduling and sending reminders without lifting a finger, how to automate event registration and feedback collection in a clean and professional way, how freelancers get paid $1,000 and more for a simple workflow setup, and the big picture walkthrough how to make money with AI using just 2 essential automations. Each video walks you through exactly what to do, what tools to use, and how to test it. You can follow these tutorials for practice workflows and build it for yourself, or use this as client-ready systems and portfolio projects. You can copy these exact automation workflows and sell this to your clients with confidence. Now that we've seen what's possible with automation and how valuable this skill is, it's time to take action. You can start by picking just one automation use case that makes sense for your audience or potential clients. It could be lead capture, email follow-ups, appointment reminders, whatever feels most natural for you to build first, and get familiar with the AI automation tools. Then, watch the next few tutorials and follow along to build it step by step. Use your own tools, test it, and make sure the flow works clearly from beginning to the end. Next, package it like a real service. You can use the AI automation prompt pack and the beginner automation client checklist from this module to help you organize the workflow, document it professionally, and deliver it with confidence. And finally, go pitch it. You can offer it to one real business owner or post it in your portfolio as a sample service. Even just one clean, working automation is more than most business owners have, and they will pay for something that just works. And this is a service you can sell again and again. Alright, that's it for this lesson. You've got the tools, the tutorials, and a clear path to turn simple automations into real income. Now it's your turn to put it into action, and I will see you in the next video.